Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or much will depend on your location. Please join in the struggle to liberate our people from the contraption. Like and share videos. Today is Friday, the 2nd day of February, 2024. I bring you news update. Igbos are fearfully made, resourcefully designed, invincibly and irrepressibly calibrated. That's according to the Middle Belt Dance. Yes, that's Uche Jalat Opera, who is a writer. He wrote a piece on Goa. Yes, and that piece was titled, Before You Say Goodbye. Before You Say Goodbye. He said after he wrote that piece, he was invited for a discussion by a Reverend sister. Yes. So the Reverend sister was carrying out an international funded post about Nigeria and Biafran war assessment. And according to him, the sister wanted an honest assessment from the three tribes that played major roles in the war. Yes. So he invited them, he invited himself, who is from the Igbo, and invited one Hausa, one Jos, one Benue, and one Taraba person. Yes, invited them for an honest discussion. She wants to carry out an internationally funded, yes, assessment on the Nigerian Biafran war. Yes, so he invited these guys, four of them, one from Jos, one from Benue, one from Taraba. Yes, so these people, they played major role in that civil war. So he said, they started the discussion, he himself and the sister, the Reverend sister. And the Reverend sister, as they were discussing, the three men walked in. The three men from the North Central State walked in. And so now the sister asked them a very important question. And the sister said, would you in retrospect join the Hausa Fulani to unleash such genocidal massacre on the Igbo? That was the question the sister asked the three men from the North Central State. So of course Jalat Uche Opera said, from what is presently happening according to him in Nigeria, he said, the dynamics of political power play, the distribution of national cake, and those under the pains of Fulani insurgency. So one wouldn't count these three states out. That's the states where these guys come from. The states of Taraba, Benue, and Plateau. Yes. So, according to him, they have suffered in greater measure bloodshedding from the knives and arrows of the Fulanis who over 50 years ago used them as willing claws to fight the Igbos unjustly. He said, presently Plateau isn't breathing fresh air. The rate of killing amongst the Fulani and the Christians are gory and disheartening. Same during the tenure of Governor Autumn was the reality of Benue people. Taraba State, of course, are not spared. He continued, said, those they eat in one place, they eat with in one plate, drank from one glass, dance and clean glasses over the fall and decimation of Igbo race have turned to feast on them. He said, what would be the feeling of General Gowon watching his people hacked down in cold blood by same people he led to war against the Igbo? Could it be a case of the chicken has come home to roost, and the evil that men do lives and stares them at the face? Of all that were discussed, and the robust critical ventilation of thoughts and concerns, what left me and the sister with tearful eyes was the descriptions of the Igbo race by those three men. He said, the men described the Igbos thus, until the Igbos begin to see themselves in such an illuminated light of fearfully made, resourcefully designed, invisibly and irrepressibly calibrated, they will continue to get dwarfed by the psychology of the post-Civil War defeat of being second class. In reality, they are the first-class citizens. They make things happen very ingenious and creatively wizardry. According to the men, he said, the day the Igbo will realize and awaken to the realities of who they are and their pivotal position in making Nigeria great and maximally deploy it, the rest of the tribes would know how vulnerable they are without them. No tribe will go through what Igbo tribe went through over 50 years ago and survives it. A near annihilation scenario and still very impressively relevant in the scheme of things. In same country that cut their legs, their hands, and their intestines, thinking they would die. Yes. Instead, the man from Plateau State said, amidst deep silence and tears on almost all our eyes, I wish Gowon would listen to this call to apologize to the Igbos for the cruelty of the war that battered them and cost short the life of many young people who probably would have today become the Messiah we are all looking for. Rising from that meeting, he said, and listening to those three men speak, it became very clear how blinded General Gowon was as it concerns the real stuff the Igbos were made. Jalat Uche Opera continued, said, what manner of a tribe will rise so rapidly and become the fear of others after going through what they went through? That's the Jalat Uche Opera referencing the statement of the Plateau man. He said the Plateau man continued, what tribe will go back to where their properties were confiscated with just a paltry sum was to become dominant in number and in wealth, creating panic and self-insecurity among the seeming victors. Sadly, the Igbo have not come to terms with the reality of who they are, their destiny, their innate gifting from Chukwuoke, recreating quality of such gifts, wherever they find themselves. Porous, arid, dry and sandy, a tribe that doesn't rely on circumstances to survive. From inside they blossom, making an unfavorable situation very profitable. Until the rest of Nigerians realize this awesome potential of the Igbo tribe, they will continue to grapple, looking for social, political, and economic stability in vain. If Gowon has seen this about the Igbo race, maybe he wouldn't have allowed his claws to be used to fight who Chukwuoke had blessed. Yes, and blessed. Yes, so this is the honest testament from the people of the Middle Belt, now Central States, as it's being called today. So what am I talking about? The Igbos are blessed people. The only problem and challenge is the politicians from the side is the Igbo extraction. They are the ones trying to undermine the potentials of the Igbo. Yes, the ingenuity of the Igbo, the creativity of the Igbo man, and the resourcefulness of the Igbo, the greatness of the Igbo, the innate ability and capability to make things that are very difficult, things that are unfavorable, to be profitable. Yes, the only challenge is the politicians. Yes, the politicians. They are the clog in the wheel of the progress. That's the challenge the Igbo man have today. Otherwise, the Igbos know that.